as I was saying, I was in coordinate at rock face. I mean, it's only a little bitty thing here, but getting underneath that tree with the poles and the gloves and the phone in the hands, more of a problem. But it's right underneath that tree fall, that ledge area. There's like a small recess. I mean, not enough to really going down into. I imagine you could build up a bit to do so, but I was mentioning how I worked for a fellow South Shore. Used to be from East Boston before Maverick projects became townhouses. But boy from Marblehead, but I lived in the projects in Eastie. Anyhow, right on the water across from Boston. That song, that dirty water, love that dirty water. Again, this is rock too, so it's more of a problem moving around with work boots on, because these aren't hiking shoes or, fucking swearing, huh? you gotta tone that down a bit, right? But anyways, she was 8 years in the SEALs. But came to work for him. They figured I was too old, right? Because what they do, it was supposed to be roofing, but so I done roofing, foundations, and rough framing. I worked on an all-rep crew down in GA, Hogansville, out of Hogansville. And I remember Butchie, he was the biggest guy on the crew. Carried 3 sheets of plywood. I think it was 1 1/4 inches. No, it might have been 1 3/4 inches. Anyhow, so I had to show my Yankee blood, right? You know, my stepfather lived in Hogansville, and it's where I lived with him. It's on Burnham, kind of like once upon a time, a while back, it was a farm, but across the swamps, because we were right next to the swamps. We were, right there, out near. Well, we're a tributary to the I forget the name of that. I should remember that. Damn. Anyhow, what was I gonna say? Trying to remember. Yeah, across the way. Up the end of the street there was Debbie. She had a corral and a few horses. She said, you can come up anytime you want to ride, but I was kind of interested in this Morgan. Name was Bo. He came from across through the swamps to come see me. He broke out of his, not just the stall, but the enclosure, and come to see me. I was like, that was kind of cool. And I'll tell you, Morgan's like Clydesdale. I mean, they can be close to 16 hands, And as I was saying about working with Randy, one of the guys in the crew was a sand hog. Worked in the South Shores, which, they built the tunnels, underneath the waterways. And this guy was stout, man. He did have a Stallone figure. I have a particularly unique design structure. It's not one you get from working out in a gym. It's one you get from doing what? Take advantage of all the offerings. Damn, these catch you. Offerings, Mother Nature. Lady Guy has for you. So I can talk about when I drink the water in here. I refer to it as Lady Guy's elixir. It's so that guy's in the crew was like, we can do this. Guy's an old guy. Can't tell mostly, but I'm 65 years old. And then some. You got to figure 10 lunar cycles, right? I'm absolutely pro-choice. I mean, shithead, shit-stained scumbags like Trump and any Republican or corporate Democrat says, yeah, no problem with torturing women, after they've been raped. Hey, we're going to torture them some more. Anyways, that's what our government does, right? So, they're interested in people. They don't give a shit. They're interested in dividing this country. Divide and conquer. Where nothing's left, what have you conquered? Exactly. So, anyways, I remember we were doing a dig out. We had to 9.5 foot dig out, 30 feet long, 15 feet wide. Even an industrial rototiller couldn't handle that. So I showed them what I do. I took a pickaxe, and because we were underneath a veranda, a really pricey home down that way, out of Weymouth. Anyhow, what's the saying? And they're like, this guy's insane, right? Because I would just like, because guess what? If you get an industrial rototill, it's going to get all busted up with the earth, the dirt, gravel, rock that you're digging through. You might want to, think twice about it. Well, I had no choice. I had to dig out. So Randy was like, hey, come on, guys. You got to get your act together here. The old guy's showing you up. Even the Sandhog was mightily impressed. Trying to remember the names of the guys in the crew. I worked less than a year for that crew, but I had a difference of opinion when it came to ethics and morality. Randy decided that Trump was the savior, not the brown stain that the best part of him was left on the mattress. No, not that. Oh, talking about weather is the aspect of consideration. Today's nothing. I mean, right now it's about 16, 18, but there's no wind, so that's why you don't need gloves. Starts getting around zero, my hands start feeling it. When it starts getting below zero, they start to tingle a bit. Hey, so that guy on the shoe's been through here. Again, that's rock face. But so I guess you can use those kind of like a mini skis in a way, right? Just the overlook. But so yeah, coldest day I worked down the market. Again, 75 companies. And 30 did freight cars. On the back dock, you had the freight cars where they came in. And no companies were doing cars in it. It was too cold. Once you open the car door, Young and Produce Center is that. Commodities are produce, so, it sustains damage. Whether it's in a box or heavy-duty bag, like burlap bags on a car, 1,600, 100-pound burlap bags in a car, and 100-pound burlap sacks. Loose potatoes. It's not like a 100-pound plate. You can add a difficulty factor right away. But which is cool, because it makes for a pleasurable experience as far as I'm concerned. What's it saying? Hardest day was I do open trailers where you bake in the suns in those gravel scoop trailers for, unloading. But when you've got temperatures inside a trailer, 138, 148 degrees, and you got to go in there for an hour or two and not have any good air because you breathe in mold and mildew from the decaying produce, because that's what happened. Once produce is cut from the earth, man, forget it. And this is the commuter rail. But how to say, 148 degrees, coldest day, swing around the other side. Weymouth Naval Air Station that night in Boston with wind gusts. It was 56 or 58 below zero. I was the only guy in the market unloading freight cars. So 140,000 pounds at 60 below zero with the wind. And so freight cars at 36, 38 degrees. So you're in a car at less than 40, going to a dock that's 60 below, and then you're going into the warehouse at 50. So you're talking 100 degree swing every time you come out of a car going to the warehouse and come out. So ask Sly Scumbag Stallone if you ever did have the nutsack to do that. Oh yeah, man, I'll do that, no problem, Hey. Have you even noticed for a while there, he sounded like an intellectual human being, and he's back to his old fucking, hey man, I'm Rocky, man. What the fuck, man? He's a fucking scumbag. End of story.